Hello, I want you to show you this. No. It's not exactly this. I want you to show you, let's see, this face. This face is Matthew John's face. He's smiling. So, in this news, it was news with, you can read here, parents of Utah woman accused of killing her husband are arrested after bombshell revelation. This is a news from the 25th of September 2024. So, what happened here? So, this couple, so John, Matthew and Jennifer. Matthew is the father, Jennifer the mother, and the 3 sons. So, she was accused of killing her husband. But they didn't find Matthew body. The man that authorities didn't find the body is Matthew Johnson. Body has not yet been found. So, I asked Duck AI, artificial intelligence. I made a lot of questions, and I asked AI to speak about this, to tell something about this. So, scandals and anomalies in the Utah Division of Child and Family Service. This is the place where they sent the 3 kids. So we can read here, the Utah Division of Child and Family Services has faced several controversies and scandals, particularly regarding the protection of children in vulnerable situations. One of the most impactful cases was the death of Gavin Patterson, a 12-year-old boy, who died of malnutrition in July 2024. This case raised serious questions about the effectiveness of the DCFS in responding to abuse reports and protecting at-risk children. So, and AI collected a few notable cases and criticisms about this institution. So, one of the cases or event is the death of Gavin Patterson. Description: Gavin was found in extreme conditions of malnutrition with a family history of abuse reports that were not adequately investigated. Consequences led to an investigation into the CFS and demands for reforms in the system. Legislators questioned the DCFS response to multiple reports. Then we have a former employee denounces broken system. Description: a former DCF employee stated that the system was broken, with high case loads and a lack of resources compromising effective child protection. Consequences: increased public pressure for reforms and improvements in the DCFS structure. Another case are the allegations of data leaks. Description: a former employee was accused of leaking protection information during child abuse investigations, raising concerns about ethics and integrity within the DCFS. Consequences: increased public distrust and demands for greater transparency and accountability. Now we go to the case of Jennifer Geldhill, the mother, and Matthew Johnson, the father. The children of Jennifer Geldhill and Matthew Johnson, who are 3 in total, were institutionalized under the custody of the DCFS in September 2024. The children's names are Liam Johnson, Emma Johnson, and Olivia Johnson. On September 20, 2024, the children were under the care of their maternal grandparents. That night, neighbors reported hearing shouting. They were shouting between Jennifer and Gavin Patterson. Additionally, Jennifer's lover, whose identity has not been disclosed by media, so the lover of Jennifer was not identified. Nobody knows who he is, where he works, so informed authorities. So the lover of Jennifer informed authorities that Jennifer confessed to him that she was the one who killed her husband. There is no available information confirming the informant's last name. So, Jennifer Lovers is unknown. Nobody knows who he is. I don't know if he was a neighbor. Anyway, he said to authorities that Jennifer confessed that she killed her husband. The children were not at home. In Matthew, during the night, he came home and were screaming with Jennifer, the wife. So the neighbors didn't listen. That's the question. So, based on what an unknown person by media and by public said to authorities, Jennifer was accused of killing her husband. So, there is no available information confirming the informant's last name. The informant was the lover of Jennifer, okay? So, there is no available information confirming the informant's last name, and he has not been publicly identified in the news. The decision to place the children in custody may have been influenced by concerns about their safety and well-being, especially in the context of domestic violence and crime. While it is common, so the children are institutionalized exactly in a place that is not secure for children, as I read here. So there was been a lot of cases. In this case, 3 cases that artificial intelligence described here and that I already read to you. So, there is no available information confirming the informant's last name, and he has not been publicly identified in the news. The decision to place the children in custody may have been influenced by concerns about their safety and well-being, especially in the context of domestic violence and crime. While it is common for relatives to assume custody, the final decision depends on the specific circumstances of the case and the assessment by children protection authorities. So the authorities that protect children sent Liam, Emma, and Olivia to a place that has already cases in investigation with some problems, isn't it? So authorities thought that the children are very well protected. So there is no available information regarding attempts by relatives to assume custody. So I suppose that the parents of Jennifer were also arrested. The parents of Jennifer were also arrested, I suppose. But let's continue the reading. So there is no available information regarding attempts by relatives. So the Lion, Emma, and Olivia perhaps don't have family from the side of their father, Matthew Johnson. Perhaps, we don't know. We never know in these cases, isn't it? In this case, that the informant's last name, the Jennifer lover, was not identified. Or it was identified, he was identified by the authorities in the investigation, isn't it? But the public doesn't need to know nothing about that, isn't it? So that's it. So there is no available information regarding attempts by relatives to assume custody or specific concerns that lead to decision to institutionalize the children. Each case is unique and decisions are made based on what is considered best for the children involved. So, conclusion. I asked AI to conclude, and the conclusion of AI is: given the failures in protection, such as the death of Gavin Peterson, and concerns about the lack of resources and personnel in the DCFS, the safety of Jennifer Geldhill and Matthew Johnson's children is a critical issue. The lack of effective protection and reports of data leaks regarding children from the institution raise serious doubts about the DCFS ability to ensure a safe environment for these children. Therefore, it is essential for authorities to review and reform the system to ensure that children in their custody are truly safe and protected, preventing similar tragedies from occurring. So that's it. So here we have the Matthew John face. He's smiling. Perhaps in heaven he wants that his children be protected. I don't know who are the parents of Matthew Johnson. I don't know. I know that he was a guard or something. He's working in as a guard. I believe. Let's see, guard. Matthew Johnson, who was him? Matthew Johnson. So Matthew Johnson is a member of Utah National Guard. Utah National Guard. Let's see. Utah National Guard. He's a member of Utah National Guard. So that's it. That's all for now. So what is incredible is this, that in this case, that the man who has not been identified publicly claimed Gladhill told him that her husband yelled at her. Gladhill is the Matthew wife, Jennifer Gladhill. So the man who has been identified publicly claimed, who has not been identified publicly, claimed Gladhill told him that her husband yelled at her about the affair on September the 20th. So this case is very strange. I hope that Matthew John in heaven make an effort to protect his kids, because his kids are not safe. It seems to me the kids, Liam Johnson, Emma Johnson, and Olivia Johnson, are not protected in this institution because of the cases that I read you. So it is very, 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 I don't know the word exactly, but this is a crime. So this institution of Utah Division of Child and Family Services had an impactful case. There was an impactful case of the death of Gavin Patterson, a 12-year-old boy that died from malnutrition in July 2024. So I hope that that Matthew Johnson in heaven, because nobody finds his body, isn't it? Nobody finds his body. I hope that Matthew Johnson from heaven helps authorities, real authorities, that want to know what happened exactly. Because the children of Matthew are not safe in this institution. So, Liam Johnson, Emma Johnson, Olivia Johnson entered in this institution on September 2024. Now, today's date is 13 September 2025. 1 year has passed. So I hope that authorities find what is happening at this moment with Liam, Emma, and Olivia in this sick institution that do not protect children.